Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Airway Sim. Today we continue our journey on Anime Air. If we take a look at our statistics here, our profit hasn't gone up very much. It's been hovering around the same quarterly profit for a long time now of 3 billion, which translates to, or operating profit, I mean about 1 billion. And it's not really been growing much. And a lot of the reason for that is I keep adding routes with zero route image. Route image has really bad effect on the amount of money you make, unless it's 100. It simply goes up over time. There's nothing you can do to speed up or slow down the rate at which it goes up. Just kind of accept the fact that it's not great. If we take a look at the effect it has on profitability, it's quite significant. Let's take a route like this, Myrtle Beach. It has good demand, 70,000, and good supply. You'd expect me to be carrying, a good amount of this cargo, 70,000 kilograms. But if we take a look at the flight number here, and let's see, we can go to manage routes, and we can type in our copy paste our route number here, and we can see the routes, 10% load factor. That's terrible. It should be about 70% load factor, at least on the outbound route, but it's not. There's nothing you're doing wrong or anything, it's just the fact that route image needs to grow. Now, in terms of scheduling, I've already started some scheduling here. This first route is going to Malaga, which I found is a decent pocket of untaken demand. The current demand, of course, will go up over time. The fact there was so much demand before I even opened a route shows that there's a lot of potential there. But today I kind of want to scour the rest of the world. I've just been scouring the US for demand. The next biggest hub is Europe, but it's pretty hard to find untaken demand to Europe because it's a more popular destination for people to search than deep pages of the US. Let's see if we can find any. I think one place I found with some is Bristol. Yes, Bristol has very, very good demand. I don't know why. I know some of its demand catchment is shared with London, and I guess the rest is just untaken. And the demand to London might even be untaken because the Londoners in this area are kind of slacking in the cargo department, but they usually are anyway. Kind of a tip for flying through London Heathrow, or for London in general, is if you can, separate your cargo. Just get cargo flying out of Gatwick and passengers flying out of Heathrow. The problem with this is you waste out of base aircraft, and out of base aircraft, of course, there's a finite amount, so you want as many airplanes you can have in your main hub. So with that in mind, how do you maximize the amount of aircraft you have? Like flying in your hub is usually you want to fly both cargo and passengers in your main hub, but that's simply not possible with cargo in London. There's too much of it, and there's not enough slots in London Heathrow, so you got to use Gatwick. It's unfortunate. You can try and squeeze every single slot out of London and make it work, but what's going to happen is you're going to have to give up one market, and it's probably going to be short haul passengers. Short haul passengers use up many slots whilst not providing the best amount of profit, so you usually give up short haul passengers, and then your passenger numbers will never look really good, which is just kind of really unfortunate. But that's just a byproduct of the challenges of this game. There still are some challenges, and one is maximizing your market share with the small amount of aircraft you do have. On another note, I really don't know where to look for cargo demand. I know Belgium is a good target, but it's probably an exporter, isn't it? Yeah, Belgium is primarily an exporter. I don't know how much of the demand I can bring over. Well, other places are primarily exporters that I might not have noticed. Germany is a primary exporter. There's not quite enough demand to Brussels for a large aircraft for me, or a very large aircraft, but let's take a look at Frankfurt. 200,000. You can add some 757s later. Yeah, what's interesting is all these numbers are kind of trash. Like, it's just not very good. What can I say? Uh, like, the demand numbers are good, but it's split up among so many different routes that it's no longer making very impressive demand. So I wanted to be efficient today with scheduling, but I mean, we're really struggling to look for 747 size routes now. We're really working with what we got here, and good routes like this to France even are taken. So you can find anything above 60,000 that's worth it, but it's already been taken by Supreme Airlines flying as A300s, which are uncompetable aircraft for now, until I start flying my 757, and boy, am I gonna have a fun time doing that. Look at this. Boy, do I wish I had 757s available to me. But I will have them soon. I have plenty now, and I just have to schedule them. But right now, I'm just trying to fill out the 747s first, because of course it's better to get my really expensive planes flying first. The price of 747s is going up. I order so many of them, they're no longer dirt cheap, which is a problem. Because that's the only good thing about a 747 is it being dirt cheap. On the other hand, if you take a look at my efforts to move demand, it's going quite well. Like, even though I have no route image yet, I'm splitting a quarter market share in places like Minneapolis. Yeah, see, I'm splitting demand here because if you take a look at the other flights, we got a couple 757s and an MD-11. So it's not too bad, and a single A300, it's not too bad to split demand with. You can pull some demand too with the size of a 747. Adding tons of current demand should help a little bit with routes like that. It's mostly just an experiment, running competition with 747. It's more of a competition. It's more of an experiment than intending to be highly profitable. Like, for example, Phoenix Sky Harbor, when I opened this route, had the same amount of current demand as supply, and I added my 747 to it, and it's went up about 80,000 kilograms of current demand, and that's a pretty good return on my 100,000 kilos of supply, so it's not bad. On other notes, the rest of the US is looking kind of used up. Not a lot of demand left. This is worth opening at this point, Louisville. It's mostly conflicting, I think, with routes I already have, but I'm kind of desperate now. Yeah, I think 70,000 is worth it too, so let's go ahead and open this. I mean, the demand is going to grow. It's going to grow into this. So right now it's not profitable. In the future, it could be. By the way, I think this music might be too loud a bit. Let me see if we can turn it down a touch. Minus 5.5 decibels. Maybe that's a little bit better. I have no idea. I gotta keep in mind that what you guys will be hearing is a few decibels quieter than what I'm gonna be hearing. But yeah, I'm not gonna think about that too much. Just keep opening these routes. I want to be relatively efficient, and then I want to go to sleep soon. I know it's only 7:15 p.m. guys, and I'm not like 75 years old. It's just I've been getting up so early these days that, oh no, there's not enough time. I guess I'll take off the next morning. Not too much is wasted, so we can go ahead and schedule our maintenance for Friday. Oh, that's for Saturday, my bad. And take off as early as we can the next morning. So let's see what's the first time we got slots. Now I have a feeling it's not going to be good, but hey, we can try. As you can see, I tried 7 before 6, because I know 6 has no hope. 8 o'clock? Okay, well, 8:25. Magically has slots, so we actually didn't waste too many hours. About a 10-hour wastage there, which in an entire week is not too bad. The next flight, it's got to be short. Yeah, I think a good target will be Iran, our normal shorter flight target. Iran has really, really, really great demand in this world. I'm not sure if it usually does, but I love it. I love having destinations which aren't Europe and the US. Yeah, as you can see, we have tons of routes to Iran already. You can see how they're doing. Yeah, I mean, obviously, complete demand pull. But yeah, even 50,000 kilograms is worth adding an extra flight for. Wait, why did I add an extra flight here? I think I may have clicked the wrong route when I opened this one, guys. I cannot lie. That is not a profitable route, but I'm never gonna fix it because it's gonna take so long. See if I can see if I can find anything with good. This has good demand. I know it's gonna be splitting, but let's do it anyway. Yeah, I mean this is a perfect 757 spam later on. Gosh, I wish I had 757s. More of them. They're hard to buy because they are expensive and rare on the used market, so it's really rare to get 757s available to me. But yeah, I hope to be flying some of those soonish. If I can get through my 747s today, which it looks like I can. I have another batch of them, but I think I might just use them to replace older 747s. The 200 generation variant, start getting rid of those, but I hate to use planes to replace planes that are already flying because it's a waste of potential. You want to use all your planes when you're a small company to add more routes. You don't want to be replacing planes you already have because you bought bad planes. That is indeed what I have done because I joined late into this world. I wasn't able to be on early when there were still good models available, and then eventually all the good models were sold and I was left with what I have. So due to that reason and that reason alone, kind of, I'm left with really suboptimal planes of 747s. I really would have loved to go into MD-11s. I believe there's probably MD-11s available on the used market now. They would be the same thing but infinitely better as a placeholder for before I managed to switch to 777s, which is the goal, or even A330Fs. Still haven't decided completely. A330s is honestly the smarter move at this point with the amount of demand Tokyo seems to have. Like there's a lot of good routes with 100,000 plus demand, but not so many with no competition. And competition plus a big plane is just never a good combo. I don't have a lot of competition yet because Supreme Airlines is honestly not a very good competitor. He's not a bad competitor in the sense that he still has tons of routes, and just that alone provides good competition, but he's not using the best kind of aircraft for each route, and he's definitely using too many kinds of aircraft. So that's something that I should keep in mind, and it should come back to bite him eventually that he's flying so many different fleets. Yeah, another thing I want to do here is I really want to get rid of these 747s. I want to schedule them on routes which don't quite have enough demand yet, but should be able to grow into it. What I mean is demand pools of around 60,000 should be profitable, just barely, not losing money, not making money, especially when fuel prices go up. But in the future, I can change these to smaller aircraft, or in the future, the demand will go up, so they will become profitable. That's kind of the goal. Let's go ahead and take an inventory of all the routes we have available to us. Like these routes are all 757 targets. Anything which I'm not flying and has good demand is a 757 target. I can't wait to fly it. I can't wait to fly the damn plane. Like, it would be nice to 757 spam these routes too, but I think I'd rather split it 50-50 with Supreme Airlines and try and kill him. If Supreme Airlines dies, I'm gonna have a near monopoly on Tokyo cargo. There's gonna be JetGo flying out of Haneda, but I will be able to emasculate him since he is not flying larger aircraft than the 757, which is a mistake when competing cross airport. What you would have to do is you would have to come fly into my airport. And I personally don't believe that would work out well. How much is overlapping with the big ones, Orlando and Miami? So this is sharing with Miami. Fort Myers and Miami are sharing. I don't think I have a flight to Miami. Let's take a look at that. Do I have a flight to Miami? North America, states. I really wish you could set presets to when you open this tab where it goes to. And yeah, I don't have a flight to Miami, so I'm going to go ahead and open this. Fort Myers. I know it only has 5k current demand, which means the demand is taken, but I can pull demand here. Where is it, by the way? Fort Myers. I don't see it. Oh, here it is. I can pull demand here, and a good amount. And it means I don't have to ever open a Miami flight. Because I'm flying with a big aircraft. You always want to fly with a big aircraft when you can. This is something very few Airway Sim players understand whatsoever. Is that you want to use the biggest aircraft you can use when flying cargo. You just can't always use a big aircraft because it's the first thing to die to competition. How often does competition move in? Very rarely. Usually competition is flights that are already there. That's going to be the source of competition. Now, a lot of big airlines will say disagree with you. When they see people flying large aircrafts, they'll go, hey, that's an easy target. But I can tell you from experience that when good players see decently well-run airlines, especially by players with a name, they will never compete with you. They understand that their use of out-of-base planes has a better use. Now, if you're in the same main base as them, that's a different story. If you're in the same main base as a significantly experienced good player, you are a doomed man, because they will patiently build up their company over years and years and years of using the smallest and most efficient plane possible to frequently spam the living life out of you. 5,700 kilograms of cargo out of Bradley. Where's Bradley? Is this near New York? I'm very tempted to try and move cargo here. 14 million population. 4 million of it is overlapping with the major New York airports. And 11 million is overlapping with Boston, so it's mostly sharing with Boston. Do I have a route to Boston? I don't know why I'm saying like that. Boston. Once again, I'm taking advantage of the open in new tab, but why can't it open me the page I've already searched up, man? I don't have a Boston flight. Yep, I don't have one. I'm opening it. 300,000 potential with 5,000 kilograms current. Means it's difficult to move, but I can move some, and I'm really just kind of experimenting at this point how much I will move. I'm kind of doing my own research here. Yeah, I can't really wait to see what the results are, to be honest. Yeah, like, very few people mess with pulling cargo around, so, you know, I might as well be the one to try it. Yeah, I just realized something I've been doing is scheduling all my planes to land at 6. Now, that's a problem because I've realized when I switch to 777s, if I want to remove the stop, I can't because they will land earlier than 6, so I'm stuck with that tech stop forever. Guess it's not a bad thing. I could probably keep my 747s, or if I change to A330s, I'll need to stop anyway. The third option would be to change into Aleutians, which I've not totally ruled off the table because that'd be so funny. It would eliminate this run of having any chance of being a maximum profit run or something like that. So I'd just be confined to having fun with the fleets I do have. But I mean, that's not a bad thing, right? Oh, I'm so sad I missed this route. Could compete with him on it, but I'll wait for my 757s. Supreme Airlines does not open flights to places with the demand filled already, which is quite interesting. It's not a behavior which I do. I see routes with the same level demand and as free real estate because I know how to exploit it either with big planes or small planes depending on the situation. So yeah, the unlucky thing for Supreme Airlines this world is he's in the same basis because right now we're effing around with 747s and the efficiency is honestly garbage. My fuel break-even point is like 850, which is really, really tragic and quite scary. But it should go up to about 1,200 by the time my route image is full. And that alone should be able to keep me surviving through any fuel spikes because I'll be about money neutral when fuel peaks. Ooh, here's another interesting one. K Richmond. 4,900 current demand. Where is this? it shares with Norfolk 500,000. Now, how much spare demand does Norfolk have? Let's take a look at this. How much spare demand is that? A little bit. And a lot of it is being split to other places too. Okay. Where else is it being split to? The Washington airports. See, that's a bit of a problem because I have flights to the Washington area. Alright, so Richmond, you won't make the cut today. I'm sorry, Richmond. I mean, most of your population is unique, but a lot of it is being shared with Dulles, which I already have a flight to. So unfortunately, that's not going to be a new flight for me. I mean, it's almost nothing sharing with Rayla. Don't even know where that is. Alright. Boys, no demand. It's probably going to. Wonder where the rest of the demand is going to. Probably Haneda. Not really worth trying to pull over with 757. I won't get half of it. 50,000 kilograms is not really profitable for a 747. You need about 60,000, I would say. Yeah, this is interesting. L1011. I changed this L1011 for a 747 actually. Why is there? Oh, okay. It's. Yeah, I will move this to a 747 actually. Lyhu. So scheduling to Lyhu. Select the L1011 here, and we can go ahead and find which one is to Lyhu. And move this to a 747. Can't use a dash 200 actually. Gotta use a dash 400 unless it to have enough range. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. Maintain original. Use the default turnaround times. Okay, let's remove this maintenance check. And now this schedule should be able to slide over. Oh shoot, I don't know which maintenance time option I checked. I'm guessing it didn't default to the correct one. That's frustrating. Where's the turn? Where does it say the turnaround times here? Oh, no, they were set to the correct amount. So what we can go ahead and do is make this a couple hours earlier, something like this. No, never mind. Let's do 1 hour earlier. So depart 18. I'm getting pretty tired here. Yeah, once again, guys, my sleep schedule is kind of messed up. Like, most people wouldn't say messed up for sleeping earlier, right? That's not the case, guys. That's not the case at all. In fact, my sleep schedule is so messed up, it's messed up a full 24 hours. So what's actually going on here is I got to sleeping so late that late became early. I basically was sleeping at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. And eventually that rolled all the way backwards to where we are now, which is almost a normal time. So in a few days, you know, maybe my sleep schedule will be normal. And, you know, this is really not a good look, but it's what happens, for me at least, when I have no physical place I gotta be in real life at a certain time. Previously I had school, you gotta wake up, you gotta get on the bus, you gotta get where you need to go. But with the situation right now, what ends up happening for me is I got recorded lectures. I can watch them at any time. Why would I get up to watch it? I will just watch it when I got some time. And yeah, it just completely destroys my sleep schedule because I've got no reason to be a place at a certain time. I sleep whenever I want, and it's always a couple hours later than the day before. And then the next day, it's a couple days later, or a couple hours later, maybe an hour later, maybe 20 minutes later. It's getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse and I don't know how to fix it. I guess I could try and make a change in my life where I have some commitments at certain times. I don't know, man. It's hard to make commitments when you don't have to. I know I was coming out of the mouth of a really lazy person right now, but I mean, that's how I operate. So you know what? I accept it. As I'm struggling to stay awake right now. I guess those 7:57 schedules are gonna have to wait. Ooh, that's some great demand right there. Tyson McGee. Let's go ahead and open you up right there. Do I want to stop over? If I don't stop, will I get all the demand? I think I will. The payload range of the 747 is pretty good when you fly way over its designated range. There's my scheduling page. I think I may have closed it. Let's go ahead and open a new one. I always put my scheduling page on the far right here. It took me that long to think of the word for right. That's how you know you're tired. That way it just makes them easy to schedule, which is good for me. I like easy. Where's the schedule I was working on? There it is. Let's see, 20, 30. Where's the open route page? There it is. 20, 30. What's the payload range we look at here? 63,000 kilograms. That's a bit short. So that's worth a stop. Plus the time is not very valuable here since I'm only going to fit 4 flights anyway. Actually, I can maybe fit a 5th flight if it's to Iran, but I doubt I will be able to. Yeah, almost all flights of this distance, just you can't fit another one. It's not really possible. So instead, we just won't try and fit one. And what we will try and do, actually, is we'll try and add a really short flight to a local Japanese destination, because little do people know, Japan has decent cargo, and we can't do that because this place is a curfew. Gotta find a curfew-less airport, gosh. Yeah, once again, I'm just scanning for routes with some current demand. Not the potential demand. Potential demand means very little if there's no current demand. In very rare circumstances there will be, but not in these situations. See, like this has a little bit of current demand, 4,000. But we got to take a look at the airport and see where the rest is going. You know, Orlando is served by me, so I don't want to overlap it with my own flight. It seems kind of silly. Competing with your own flight. This is what I mean. Cargo is scarce. No flights. Where's this? Huntsville. Nashville has a 400,000 overlap, so that's Birmingham is the rest. Yes. Wait, why is there a spare demand? I should have Birmingham. I have Birmingham and Nashville covered. I guess there's a little bit of population left, and that's there. This bar comes from. I don't really want to move demand away from places I already fly, so that's a no. Oh, Springfield. Oh, Springfield, you angel. Wait, is it as good as Chattanooga though? Hold up. I don't even know where this is. Chattanooga. Shit. Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Where are you? 700,000 overlap with Atlanta. 400,000 overlap with Nashville, which is fine. Because it's a smaller amount, and I have less supply to Nashville, I believe. Let's go ahead and open that, because I don't have Atlanta. Yeah, so we should be able to pull demand here. Oh, it's got a curfew. Curfews are a pain. Gotta find a curfew-less airport, man. This is interesting, actually. What if... Wait a minute. What's the runway length here? 2,300 meters? Oh no. This airport's gonna require a stop both ways. But I think it's too good to pass up. It's got really, really good demand. With that much overlap with Atlanta, and me not serving Atlanta, let's pull it away from Atlanta. Let's do it, guys. Oh, this is a small airport. Okay, never mind. Never mind. The airport is too small to support a 747. Unfortunate. That makes sense. I'm always angry when an airport can't support 767 because the 767 is quote unquote very large. That makes me unhappy. But like, what do you mean the 747 is very large? It's just not. Or the 767 is very large. It's just not. It's just a large aircraft. A runway strip which is long enough, most airports would be able to accommodate it in some way. I mean, the steps not tall enough at the airport. Just buy some steps or something. Like, I don't know. But yeah, it pisses me off when... I think that's the reason why we're getting routes with demand here, is I forgot to do this. And I'm guessing those cities just won't be there anymore. Anyways, guys, I'm getting exhausted. I'll finish the schedule off camera, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.